am a weirdo magnet, and I love it. One weirdo in particular fascinates me. I ride the train with him, and that's the story that I'm going to tell you. So one day, I get on the train and I ride the Norristown high-speed line from Ardmore into Center City. And it's the end of the day, and I'm standing there, and it's a crowded train, and I feel somebody press up behind me. So I step forward, a little bit of room. I feel the body press up behind me again. And then I feel the back of a hand on my butt. And I think, I know what's going on here. There's no accidental back of the hand on the butt. That's not how it works. Like, you're trying to be subtle, it's not front of the hand. So I'm still afraid to turn around at this point, so I inch forward again, he inches forward again. I'm like, okay, I can see 69th Street Station. I'm just gonna wait, I'll swallow my fury, and I'll just let it be. I don't want to cause a scene on the train. So the doors open, and I hustle down the stairs and go get on the L to head into Center City. And I sit down, and someone just plops right down next to me. And he says, "Hi, I'm Chris." I said, "Hi, Chris, how's it going?" And he's like, "So I couldn't help but notice, but you have a wedding ring on." I said, "Yes, I do. I'm married." And he said, "All right. So here's what's going to happen." And he pulls out a Chinese food menu. And he writes his number and his email on the back. The email says, Mad Dog 13. So he hands it to me, and he says, "We're going to have to do this on the down low. So here's what you're going to do. When you're in the mood to spend some time together, you just tell your husband you're in the mood for some Chinese food. And you give me a call or shoot me an email." And I said, "That's not going to happen, but thanks." And so I took it. And I had to sit next to him just talking about really bizarre stuff. Like one year he dressed up as Skeletor for Halloween and painted his body blue with like wall paint, and it didn't come off for like a week. So about a week later, I'm running for the train, it's pouring rain, and I yell from the bottom, "Wait, wait," to the conductor, and a couple of the conductors like me, so he waited. So I'm running, I'm out of breath, I swipe my ticket, and then I hear, "That was a close one." And I turn, and his head is right here. I'm like, okay. And I step back, and he said, at this point, I'm wearing a white dress, and it has kind of cap sleeves and black embroidery about knee length. And he said, "So what's your name?" "I'm Chris." I'm like, "Oh, I know your name." And he's like, "Well, I'm going to guess your name because I just want to see if it's going to match your outfit." And I said, "What? Match my outfit? What is it?" "Okay." I'm like, "Well, what do you think my name is?" And he said, "So what's your name?" I said, "My name's Blair." And he said, "Ah, shoot, I thought it was going to be something like Verdania." So I'm like, all right. So I'm looking at him, and he reaches for my head. And at this point, I don't have the wherewithal to step back. I just stand there, frozen, and he grabs something out of my head, and he says, "You have a piece of nature in your hair." So I'm like, oh my God, what is in my hair? So he pulls it out, and he's like, "Oh gosh, I thought it was like Mothra. It's just a leaf." And then he proceeded to tell me that not to put my head in a microwave because it's bad for your health. And he instructed me to follow him to First Friday that night. He told me he's a big Britney Spears fan. And so we just have this continual relationship where every time I see him, he has no idea who I am. And one time he actually told me, because every time he'll say, "Hi, I'm Chris." And I'll say, "I know, we've met before." He's like, "Ah, shoot, I have such a bad memory. I have no idea of ever meeting you. But if I've met you, I probably gave you my email." So my email's been down, so if you've been trying to email me, you might want to try it again. So yeah, Chris is my guilty pleasure, and a lot of people when they know that there are weirdos out there, and they'll try and pretend they're reading a book or whatnot, and I just think he's so interesting, and so I actually sometimes make a point when I see him coming to close my book up and just see what he's going to give me, and obviously I have to pretend that I don't like it, and I guess that's why it's a guilty pleasure.
Great, thanks, Blair.